Call the school board meeting to order of February 18th. Dave, roll call please.
Ron?
Here.
Dick?
Here.
John?
Here.
Norm?
Here.
Dave here. Joe?
Here.
Jim?
Present.
Proof of notice.
As stated in the agenda?
Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Joe. Second. Second by Ron. Any questions on the agenda? Joe?
Aye.
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 Motion carried 7-0. Citizens' comments. Approval of minutes of the previous meeting, resolution 1819-153. Motion by Nora,
Second.
second by Jim. Any questions on the minutes? Nora?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried 7-0. Dave, any communications?
Not tonight.
Jim, are you ready for a treasurer's report?
Yes, I am. Treasurer's report for Monday, February 18th, 2019. Total of all expenditures of all funds for January 2019 is $1,074,196.38. Our investments, state investment pool as of January 31, of general fund, $501,707.25, interest of $1,274.66, debt service account, a balance of 14 cents, non-refundable debt, balance of $1,266.43, interest of $2.65. Total investment, government investment pool, $502,973.82. Our Teresa State Bank, general fund, $2,019,981.40. Interest of $3,323.89. Money market general account, $10,989.80, earning interest of $20.96. And our Fund 46 Trust has a balance of $1,219.01, has earned interest of $2.33. Total investment, Teresa State Bank, $2,032,190.21. For our total cash investments of $2,535,164.03. And then the following pages are summary of our referendum payments and ballots.
Okay, you've heard the treasurer's report. We have a resolution 1819-154, a motion for approval. Motion by Nora, second by Joe. Any questions on the treasurer's report? Nora?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried 7-0. Resolution 1819-155, approval of regular semi-monthly bills. So moved. Motion by Joe,
Second.
second by Dick. Questions on the bills? Hearing none. Joe?
Aye.
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 Motion carried 7-0. Resolution 1819156, approval of per diem. Motion by Norm, seconded by
Second.
Ron. Any changes?
I had 2.5 days for convention.
Full days? So
2.5, yeah. Two full days
Two
and one
full
half
days,
day.
1 half day.
You tell you then what the date was?
January, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
23rd, 24th, Memorial Day, 25th is a day out.
Anybody else?
Well, become,
Downtown.
okay, you're three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably Tuesday, Friday.
Friday was a half day.
Friday's half.
Oh.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. 25th is a half.
And I'd have a 1.5,
You went what days?
the Thursday and Friday.
And don't forget to turn in your expenditures for gas.
I have on the candy given away.
We gotta, tell you what, I will
Yeah,
email out
yeah,
a
please.
mileage form,
Okay.
okay? So it's
Convention.
for the purpose of travel, so I'll make sure to send it out.
Travel and food.
And I'll just send it out to the whole board, to make sure you have it.
Any other changes? North?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried 7-0. Any committee meetings? I guess we have to set some up, don't we?
Yep, March.
The policy one is set up already.
Okay.
March 6th at 8:30.
Yep, you should have all gotten your notice.
And we're about to lock in a date for the Employee Benefits Advisory Committee, and I would recommend that call it negotiations, the Personnel Committee, and the Personnel Committee join that, so. And then I also think that we should have a Food Service Committee, just kind of state of the state, here's where the budget is, and all the updates, that kind of stuff. We should have one of those this winter still, so I would say the next month. So stay, just as a FYI, we'll have those committee meetings come in. We'll reach out through email and coordinate
So, food service,
for the food service, and then we need to make sure that personnel committees attends the employee benefits advisory.
personnel.
Be getting our insurance renewal information from He's the boss here tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay, administrative report. Go to the mock
Yeah,
trial.
for sure, perfect.
We walked in just in time, Jeremy.
All right, good timing. Yeah, I apologize, I actually had to find my truck keys for the last 10 minutes or so. But I was invited, I think that Lee put us on his agenda today. I think as most of you know, we faced runner-up in the regional tournament. So actually we're advancing to state for the mock trial program. I'm just gonna give you like the elevator speech as to what mock trial is, because I don't know that everybody knows. Okay, yeah, Ken brought the trophy. I told him to bring the trophy.
Another case.
But mock trial is a competitive, it's essentially a competitive forensic competition. So how it works is the State Bar of Wisconsin comes up with a problem every year. And the problem is a lawsuit. Okay, it's different kinds of cases, different years. So one year it was an environmental case. Some years it's been actually family cases. It's been incompetency cases. This year is actually a criminal case. The problem this year is actually about administrator at a school that trying to protect his students, end up killing one of them, and sorting out that as far as the criminal statutes go.
It says
Okay.
moving away. What's going on
So,
there?
you know, they go on some controversial but interesting material. It's actually a very good problem. We go up against other schools. Many of the schools in the area, Beaver Dam, Waupun, Kewaskum, I know is going to state with us as well. They all send teams to the competitions. Before that, there's a variety of scrimmages. The school was good enough to get us over to Franklin, this year, all the way back in January, for our first ones, and then actually another Saturday scrimmage we had in West Bend, culminating in, well, I guess not culminating, you go then to the regional competitions. So this is actually all the areas from around Dodge, Washington counties, actually some from Dane County come to our regional as well. And only the top 2 teams from the regional will advance to state competition. That's going to be March 8th and 9th. Okay, and there's actually a national level mock trial competition where exactly the 1 team from the state of Wisconsin will go and represent the state at that. Basically, if you've seen a lawsuit, you've seen a mock trial. It's directly on the same rules of evidence that we use in court. It involves preparation. All the preparation is done by the students. I didn't write a single question this year. They generate their own examinations. They're responsible for objecting. They have to know what is hearsay, what is not hearsay. They need to know, about a list that goes on a sheet, evidentiary objections, and they are graded basically by attorneys and judges. Okay, Judge Stork always judges the mock trial. Judge Fitzinger does as well. That's actually who the presiding judges are. I think that's basically the overview. I have a couple of students that wanted to say a couple of things. Why don't we have you talk first, Grace?
No, I'll have Olivia go first.
All right.
I forgot. Okay.
All right, Olivia's going to talk first about basically the skills that learn in mock trial.
Okay. So hi, my name is Olivia Belk. I'm a senior at Mayville High School and have been participating in mock trial since my freshman year. So mock trial cultivates many skills that can be utilized throughout high school, the workforce, and in everyday life. The first skill mock trial utilizes is public speaking. Public speaking is important in many aspects of life. People need to be able to form, public speaking allows people to be able to form connections, influence decisions, and motivate others. It is also utilized in almost every career in a variety of settings. Public speaking gives employees advantages when they are applying for leadership and management positions. Mock trial also develops improvisation skills. Improvisation is essential in many aspects of life because people need to be able to recognize, respond, and react to change. According to Robert Cullen, who is the assistant professor at Duke University's Business School, improvisation teaches creativity, innovation, communication, teamwork, and leadership. Organization is also essential for doing well in mock trial. Students need to be able to prepare and have organized ideas, thoughts, and questions. If students' ideas, thoughts, and questions are not prepared or organized, it will lower our scores and could result in taking up too much time in competition. Organization is essential in the workforce because it leads to a more productive and satisfying work environment. Mock trial teaches students legal vocabulary and legal proceedings. Some may think that only lawyers, judges, or law experts need to know legal vocabulary and proceedings. However, this is not true. Everybody needs to know this because everybody needs to know their rights. This information is also good to possess in case one needs to utilize it in the future. Mock trial makes students familiar with the justice system. All Americans should be familiar with the justice system because it is our justice system which keeps America free and a true democratic society where everybody has equal protection under the law. Thank you for your time and your support of Mayville's mock trial.
All right, thanks, Olivia.
Good.
All right, yeah, she got since Friday to do that. All right, Grace, come on up. And she's going to talk, a little bit about what we actually did with all the buses that you gave to us, and then how it felt to win state.
First off, I am a senior at Mayville High School. My name is Grace Proust, and I'm thankful for you guys supporting us. Otherwise, we would not be able to make it this far that we did and make it to state. This is my 3rd year being a part of mock trial. I am really thankful for all the amazing friends that I have made and the opportunities that we've been given and the opportunities that we now have. Yeah.
What did it feel like when they announced the results?
Oh, I was ecstatic. I loved it because I feel like since we started this year, I'm like, we got to be confident. We have to make sure that we stay on track, and we got this. And with the confidence and the motivation, kind of inspired everyone else, and we did it. So.
Do you think the extra practices helped?
Oh, I'm thankful Mr. Paul started us going over stuff with the freshmen in the fall because I feel like that really did benefit not only us but the freshmen to get our minds thinking in the lost terms.
So how much time was there, like, I object, you know, like, how much, I imagine, is there a little drama in the room?
Oh yeah, it's very, very tense. You only get a split second to object, and then it's either the judge overrules it or sustains it, and then you continue on. So.
How does the competition work? How do you, just like you're in a courtroom, are you actually just like it is in court?
Yeah, the first scrimmage we were at Franklin, which was a high school in Milwaukee. It was just classrooms, and then the next scrimmage that we had was an actual courtroom, and it's the whole courtroom layout. There's 2 people in the jury box, being the scoring judges. There's someone up in the judges stand, a district attorney, even a judge. It really depends, and then every side has 3 witnesses and 3 lawyers.
So like right now, has it been a similar case, the same case over and over? And now what about at state? Will it be the same case and
Yep.
just another level? It's like
Yep.
an appeal pretty much?
It's going to be more intense.
It's the same case nationwide.
Well,
Well,
Well, no,
statewide.
that's actually, if we are the winner from Wisconsin, actually, we have to prepare a whole new problem that's done by the American Bar Association. So, you know, that hasn't happened yet, you know, for Mayville, but yeah, that actually goes, I think actually nationals is sometime in June, and, you know, from all the ends of the states, we actually have to work up a new problem from, you know, beginning to end.
So are you prosecuting or defending? Do you get a choice?
Both.
Both.
I'm on prosecution. I'm a witness.
So
What about the other 2 out there?
I'm on prosecution.
Yup.
Got it.
What do you do, Matt?
I'm a prosecution, I'm a lawyer.
Matt and Olivia.
He's
are
dressed
lawyers.
accordingly.
So somebody pick on Matt with a question too. I didn't know this feature.
So is it just Mayville, prosecutor against Mayville?
No.
No, it's other
Yeah.
school?
What did you answer that, Matt?
Okay. We deal with a few other schools. Every round usually is against a different school. Like when we did our regional competition at Juneau, we were against Lodi, Kewaskum, and
Oh, no,
Kiwanaki.
Oh,
Wanakee.
and one other school. Might have been Dodgel.
Dodging.
Yeah.
Dodgel. And we weren't necessarily going to go against every school that was there, but the schools that we did go against, it was a completely different experience every time. Every school had their own spin of the case, they had their own theory of what happened, and they had their own way of trying to prove it. So we had to be ready to defend against all of that, well, prosecute against all of that.
We do the first round randomly, and then they have this power matching voodoo that they do to decide who goes against who. And so our prosecution ended up going 3 times in a row. They were pretty tired, but they were going for it. And then the defense got their shot in at the end. We went 3 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah. So in the end, like as a team, do you believe that you're prosecuting and you're defending, right?
So our
So in
prosecution.
the end, as a team,
Yeah.
what do you think really should be the outcome?
Well, I bet everybody here is going to say the state's going to win, but
Yep.
Sam Falstead would cheer. She, you know, Daniel
Prosecution.
kill you. The problem is designed to be even. Ultimately, the scores are not who wins the lawsuit. Okay, it's not about whether the guy is guilty or not. The lawyers are given performance scores that go through 1 to 10, you know, throughout. So it's what you do with it. There's no way in the world you're ever going to be able to introduce every piece of evidence and exhibit that they give you. They give you way too much than you could do in 40 minutes. So a lot of it is actually winnowing down and telling a story based upon the evidence and getting to the most important points.
Does it get pretty heated between, I mean,
It can.
I mean, not to the point where there's contempt of court or anything like that.
No.
It does get heated?
There is some
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, especially in the
There are.
cross-examination, and their witnesses will sometimes try to waste our time, and they will just not answer, and We have a couple of lawyers that bring the fangs out and get after them.
Realistic.
But you have to be polite about it.
Yeah.
And it's about conducting yourself with civility, while still maintaining strong adversarial stance. You know, it is a community. Every round, we thank the other teams, we thank the judges. I think that we have a lot of class acts here.
Anybody on the team planning on actually going into the, to become legal counsel?
Yeah,
Sam
Sam Falstad, she's going to Arizona State to be a business lawyer, yeah.
And you've had several that, have, Linda Hidari, if anybody remembers her, went through the mock trial for 4 years. She interned at my office. And, we've kind of had, several that have popped up and then pursued that thereafter, at least that I'm aware of.
For a law degree, is it typically, is it 4 years BS and then law school?
Yeah,
or-
well, it's considered a doctorate, so it's a jurisprudence doctorate is what a JD stands for. And it's 3 years at least of school after your previous degree. Law school's 3 years, almost always.
If I can add real quickly, I want to compliment Mr. Paul and Attorney Vanderloop, and you guys got to help me out. I assume no one has double roles in this, right?
Sure.
Well,
We have one-
Kayla did, and I did as a fill-in role one time. I was a witness and lawyer.
But over the
regionals,
years, I think
Caleb
that's
is.
made a difference, is that the more kids we have out, if you look at that group of kids there, the more we have out, the better. And this goes back to the days when Tom Schuessler and John Stork, Sarah Dauberpool, we've had a pretty strong tradition of good advisors and welcoming attorneys from the community. So I want to compliment all the adults in the room when they get this going, but the kids have done an outstanding job.
Very pleased to see the interest in this type of academic extracurricular.
And we've been knocking on the door here for a couple of years, haven't we?
We have, we've been around the third, fourth place every year, and we, popped into it this year. I'm hoping for, a good turnout as far as, recruits go. Next year, I'll continue to do this as long as, you guys keep supporting the program, but, to go on your point, Jim, right, not every competition is athletic. I think that actually sharpening people's, minds and, getting kind of the skills for speaking, the skills for, thinking and addressing something you weren't expecting, the skills for growth, really is very impressive. To pick on Olivia, when she came to us, 4 years ago, very soft-spoken, and you would not believe what she looks like on a cross-examination now.
Fangs come out.
Any other questions for,
Actually, can one of the kids or the advisors run the board through what, on the 8th through the 10th, what's going to be happening down in Madison?
On Friday the 8th, we get there during the day. In the evening, they'll run the first round. And so we'll compete. First round will go through. Then Saturday is a very busy day. We'll do the other rounds. And then on Sunday, whoever is left over as the last two teams will be, most of these are going to happen at the Dane County Courthouse. But the final for the state championship is in the chambers of the Supreme Court in the Capitol.
So will you stay for the whole thing?
We want to stay for the whole thing. I would really like especially our returning people, to see what a state champion team looks like if they're not
Sure.
standing up there being
Yeah.
one.
Right.
and I would say probably, one, we have the great students. We had, 5 or 6 seniors, 3 of which have been for about 4 years through the program, so we had an advantage that way. We'll be losing them next year, but the other part is, unlike some of the previous years, particularly at the Franklin scrimmage, we were going against the teams that go to state every year and are competing for the state championship, and our team really rose to the competition. That's the difference in results, and I think that's what we need to do to continue to grow the success.
After watching them against those other teams,
And that's,
we can do it.
and that's in large, and the other part I'd like to mention is, there's no divisions in mock trial. We're going against schools that are in Division I. Okay, we're not at Division IV going against only schools that are in our weight class. They're punching well above it, at this point.
Even at the regional tournament, one team had 2 teams, and another Wanakee brought 3 teams, and we have 11 instead of 12.
It would be Beaver Dam.
That's